Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Madsen, and today's reading covers Mark 4 through 7. What stormy, unpredicted event in your life has you feeling panicked and fretful? Remember, Christ intends to take you to the other side safe and secure. Invite him into your boat right now and let him still your storms of life. That's from today's daily walk. So do you agree there's a lot of good info in these readings? Almost an overwhelming amount? Please know that I certainly don't expect anyone to read all the links that I share. Just pick and choose the ones that are interesting to you. Otherwise, you might get overwhelmed and want to quit. And we've come way too far for that. You can't quit now. This is from Got Questions, coverage of the Gospel of Mark. This is under Connections. Because Mark's intended audience was the Gentiles, he does not quote as frequently from the Old Testament as Matthew, who is writing primarily to the Jews. He does not begin with a genealogy to link Jesus with the Jewish patriarchs, but begins instead with his baptism, the beginning of his earthly ministry. But even there, Mark quotes from an Old Testament prophecy regarding the messenger, John the Baptist, who would exhort the people to prepare the way for the Lord as they awaited the coming of their Messiah. Jesus does refer to the Old Testament in several passages in Mark. In Mark 7:6, Jesus rebukes the Pharisees for their superficial worship of God with their lips, while their hearts were far from him, and refers to their own prophet Isaiah to convict of their hard-heartedness. Jesus referred to another Old Testament prophecy, which was to be fulfilled that very night, as the disciples would be scattered like sheep without a shepherd when Jesus was arrested and put to death. He referred again to Isaiah when he cleansed the temple of the money changers, and to the Psalms when he explained that he was the chief cornerstone of our faith and of the church. Then there's the parable of the growing seed and the mustard seed, and I'm including links to both of these from Got Questions. This is from the one on the mustard seed. So the picture painted in the parable of the mustard seed by Jesus is of the humble beginnings of the church, experiencing an explosive rate of growth. It grows large and becomes a source of food, rest, and shelter for both believers and false professing individuals that seek to consume or take advantage of its benefits while residing or mixing among what was produced by the seed. In other words, Jesus predicts that while the church will grow extremely large from just a small start, it will not remain pure. While this is not a condemnation of the bigness of modern Christianity, it does show us the greatest burden that comes with it. The parable of the mustard seed is both a prediction and a warning. May we listen to its message. Again, that is from gotquestions.org. Then I include links to the calming of the storm, the part that says your faith has made you well, the feeding of the 5,000. You may be familiar with these stories, and of course, Jesus walking on water. Again, these are links from Got Questions that may help you know more about it. You don't have to look at all the links, but they're there if you're interested and just want to know more. You're doing great. Don't give up now. Tomorrow is Mark 8 through 10. Happy reading.